ALGS roster updates and LCQ right around the corner for most regions, but just completed in one specific region, and we have the result of who will be joining the World Championship by way of last chance qualifier. A little bit of a different setup here. Had to change the camera around, but my room is much bigger now. Also, big thanks to Glitch Energy for sponsoring today's video. You guys know I've been partnered with Glitch for a very long time, and I even have my own flavor, Maui Punch. So if you guys want to go check it out and also use code JMeyels to get 25% off, it helps the channel out a ton. The link is down in the description below. And so let's give you guys a little bit of an update. Some of these obviously from days ago, kind of giving a recap. Shubi obviously came out to say he will be parting ways with Bleed Esports. Unfortunate, because I do feel like that team was finally, finding their groove. But yeah, it definitely has been middle of the pack for them. Nothing crazy, no big performance out of those guys. But I do think they probably were getting into that area if they would have given a little more time. But it is what it is. He says, looking for team. Sadly, the dynamic of the team wasn't at its full potential, so the boys are looking otherwise. He was just recently still playing with Drop, so it doesn't seem any bad blood or anything like that. Ready to give it my all, just want to win. DMs are open for all socials. Then you also had an update with EXL. Now, this was the one from the last couple of videos that I told you guys would be coming out over the next couple of days, but to my understanding, this is not necessarily good blood. There seems to be some drama and some issues behind this roster change, but you had not only Zany but Brutus come out as well to say, well, my team has decided to part ways with me and go for another player, so I'm not going to be attending Japan Champs for now. Had a lot of plans, but not this one. Don't really know what's next for me. Well, think about it these days, and GG's Apex is weird, and many people obviously what, this makes no, Yanya even saying what, what's going on. Art, nobody understands why this happened. Zany also kind of giving something similar, saying he'd be giving an official org statement soon, but yeah, sadly they seemingly got snaked, if you will, or pushed to the side, or some big roster update. It sucks to see this stuff, because I liked all those guys, even the ones that are left, right? I've had good experiences with Kurev has obviously been doing really well over the last couple of lands. So still not fully sure what exactly happened altogether, but we will be reaching out for Kurev to possibly, maybe invite him for an interview or something. He and I have been speaking for the last couple of weeks about their performance a lot. So I think he'd be a great guest, not only just because of how well he's been playing and how well they've been doing for the South American region, but also maybe some explanation as to why some of these roster changes have now occurred. So shortly after recording this, we got the official announcement from Kurev regarding what's going on in that South American camp. So firstly, South America does have a team being able to participate at champs, and it sounds like what they want to do is take the best of both worlds and combine them together. So now we're having Stress from obviously former Glitch or Geared Gaming, and Panic as well, former Geared Gaming. They've been playing with this roster for a while, so Panic and Stress going to be joining, and then Azazel and Kurev obviously also. So you're taking the best of South America and all combining them into one team. I kind of like the roster, but I do think that the way that we got here is a little unfortunate, because of course a lot of people had to get snaked or hurt or whatever you want to call it. Obviously some have referred to it as that, but I understand what Kurev is doing here. Now that I see this roster, it sucks for those that are involved. I 100% agree. But when you're talking about champs, you're talking about bringing the best roster there possible. I don't hate the idea of what was done. I just don't like the way that it possibly all played out, because people had to get, quote, screwed over or hurt in the process of it. So it's unfortunate, but I guess this is a pretty big roster announcement. Also wanted to make mention, Fnatic obviously going in a different direction. This was a little bit of a weird one to see, but they did remove two of their individuals, and so Fnatic obviously is one to keep an eye out on as we progress into more roster updates. But it doesn't start there. You've also got Dark coming out saying he was snaked for his LCQ spot. Now you guys probably know Zen. Zen's been around in the community for quite some time, but Dark, his teammate, comes out to say, I just got snaked for my LCQ spot. I don't know what to do. Team captain, I was the team captain, by the way. Definitely should have listened to the people who told me beforehand, but I didn't think it was really going to happen. People in this community are weird. Yes, you can't trust anyone, and if you are not sure what happened, basically he was the team captain, therefore he should have had the LCQ spot held within his hand. Looks like he went behind Dark's back and was able to get the captain changed into his name, so that he is the tiebreaker official, so that he gets to make the roster moves, he gets to make the roster changes. Is what it is, but really unfortunate, sticky situations here. This was Minus Tempo kind of finding this out live. But basically they were just being told like, hey, I don't know what you guys got going on here. I'm not getting in the middle of this, but you guys need to figure it out. And it just really sucks for Dark. And even, you know, some of the screenshots saying, hey, I'm not trying to snake anything, but that doesn't seem to be where it all landed in the end. Unfortunate stuff for those involved. Now, I'm sure you guys are also aware of the drama that's been going on with the SSG roster over the last couple of days. Of course, many people have had an opinion on it of what in the world happened. Why would you win a LAN and then split up? And we've had teams come out, players come out, oh, there's no hate here. This was predetermined before the tournament even started and all of that. But then you have some stream clips going on between the two, and it seems like there are some that are still a little pissed off about what's going on. So roll the clip. Here's the context of what's been happening over the last couple of days between Zainu, Phony, and obviously the SSG camp as a whole. Roll the clip.
The decision was made before LAN. Even Phony agreed with it. We all were like, all right, we're just gonna try this last LAN. And no matter if we win or not, we have all said this. Even Phony has said this. Even if we won the LAN, we were splitting up. But then we win, and he's like, he just changed his mind. But it's just too far gone. I know he thinks might be able to bring it back, but we just don't think the same. It is not Koi and Phony either, chat. It is not Koi and Phony.
Once we start spectating,
I'm not gonna say why it all even happened, because there's like no point in calling people out.
Dirted by the other team of cheaters, by
and
the
like
way.
what happened, why.
Look at
it's
their
just
names,
like,
bro.
It happened.
I wish I actually did something wrong in order for me to like, for them to leave. Like, I wish I actually did something wrong, but I genuinely did nothing wrong. Makes 0 sense. I know you guys, I know Zainu and Koi, if you're both in the chat right now, how does that even make sense? Like, I understand that we agreed mutually to split up afterwards, but if we're gonna agree mutually to split up, that means all of us. That means literally all of us. Why would I give up a champ spot? Why would I give up a chance at playing at champs over bad relations of the team? That makes 0 sense. I'm not trying to make you look bad. I'm perfectly fine with playing with you guys. If we mutually agreed as a group that we don't want to play together, that means literally all 3 of us would not be playing together at champs, meaning we will all be looking for a team. But no, it's literally you, Zainu, and Koi, fucking playing at champs with a whole new IGL without me. Well, I have to scramble and look for a team in hopes of finding a team for champs. Why the f would I give up a chance at playing at champs just because we couldn't figure something out? And when we had Dawn, we figured it out. Why the f would I still agree on splitting up and just not having a champ spot? It's actually pissing me off. You heard from multiple people, you were saying that even if we won, we were splitting up. Yes, we were probably going to split up even if we won. If we couldn't get Dawn, it was 100% not going to happen. That's what I told everybody. I said if we couldn't get Dawn, there's no way our team can mature from this. Because you guys literally couldn't mature and grow the f up. Like, actually pissing me off. I was down to work with you guys from the fucking get-go, but somehow you guys have a fucking hate vendetta against me. And it made it that much fucking harder to team. I don't know what the fuck you guys think, but I don't care. But you guys literally need to grow up. Actually. You think I would give up a fucking champ spot for free and try to scramble to look for a team? That makes 0 fucking sense. Can we just be mature about the situation? If we were mature about the situation, you would literally stay with me as a teammate and actually fucking talk to me. Koi doesn't say a single word to me. At all. When you guys lifted the trophy, you guys lifted it together. I was on the fucking sideline. When we celebrated, I celebrated by myself. So you guys need to both grow the fuck up. You guys act like I didn't fucking try for this team. I tried my fucking hardest. So actually grow the fuck up. Like, genuinely. Like, holy fuck. It wasn't what was best for the team, bro. If you guys actually thought about me as a fucking teammate, maybe then I'd actually fucking care about something. Like, holy fuck, man.
But also wanted to make mention of a Boom TV roster announcement that came out with Albrelelli reteaming once again with Scurry and Crook coming back as well. So Crook has obviously been a guy that's been in the scene for a very, very long time. Scurry also, Albrelelli also. Obviously, these are a bunch of OGs coming together, and I like the vibes of the whole like OGs reuniting. I just don't know if we're going to be seeing the results that we all hope to see, especially with a roster like this, because you just want Albrelelli. You want all these OGs to be at the top of their game, and we just haven't seen that over the last couple of days. Now, we'll talk more about these OGs because we also have North American LCQs coming up. Now, some of these rosters involved are ones you know very, very well, and obviously Deej, Anmu still sticking together for the Pioneers. We had that confirmation already. Then you've also got to look at Native Gaming. Native is Snipe Down, Vayne, and Lux. We talked about this roster recently. Snipe Down's another OG who hasn't necessarily found that success as of recent. Vayne is someone who's had some success in the last year or two, but not recently. Lux is a guy that has the potential, I think, to go up with this roster. So if they can put all the pieces together and the IGLing abilities are there, I think this team is more than capable of doing great things. Will they actually get that result? Obviously, time will tell. Now, you've also got some more rosters that I think are interesting to look at. Tech here for Meat 2. There is a Meat Lovers down here, which Tech is not a part of. This is the old Meat Lovers roster after Tech had moved on. However, I think a lot of people are going to be rooting for Meat 2, which is Tech, Panders, and Rambo. Very interesting roster here as well. Obviously, another case of OGs kind of getting together. Now, I know, like, you know, there's a lot of these players that are, yeah, they're OGs, but, you know, Tech obviously has never been like in the limelight type OG, but he has been around for a very long time. Everybody knows Tech, and Rambo as well. Rambo's done great things. Had some big successes years ago and then decided to come back, and obviously has been you know, still on the grind to do so. And Panders is another one that's been around for a while and still trying to look for some more recent success. Everything that they've had has kind of been in times past, and so I like these rosters coming together. I just hope they can actually do it rather than, you know, making another reason or example as to why OGs maybe need to find another team instead of trying to always reunite with one another, because we don't really see much success out of that strategy oftentimes. Now, APAC North has already had their LCQ, and we now know who will be joining into the World Championship. This one is a big one. Reignite takes the win, and Meteor in second. So these are the two teams that will be going to the World Championship. If you are not sure who the Reignite roster is, take a look at this. Shunmi and F-Chan from Pulverex, right? Former Pulverex team, really dominating here, and I'm so happy because I always love this roster in general, but just to see these two individuals from the OG Pulverex, you know, team that we all knew and love, I am very happy to see these guys make it. Overall, great performance from them, and, you know, just the tears of joy that you would see on stream from these guys was absolutely amazing. Now, Meteor is another team that you might recognize. The roster. Libel Ace has been around for so long. I mean, such an OG as well. Very excited to see these guys get their opportunity and very happy for them as well. Now, unfortunately, that means some of these teams did miss out. And just to kind of go through some of these teams that were competing, I think it was really nice to see Reject Winity have two rosters in the mix as well. You have the Korean roster with Karen P, and obviously the former, you know, roster changes we talked about with Crazy Raccoon. But then you also had the Japan team for Reject Winity at 11th here. So unfortunate for those that missed out, right? GHS Professional, Kinnetrip Gaming missing out, Noes Fox missing out, many along the lines there as well. And it's kind of crazy because some of these were doing very well inside of the Pro League, and just sadly we're not able to get it all pulled together. Fennel also having you know, Pinator in there, and I thought that he would be one to not miss champs, but unfortunately that's not always the way the cookie crumbles. But we've also got the EMEA region going at it pretty soon here. Many teams you all know and love, and interested to see who comes out on top for that one, and as well as APAC South. So altogether, a lot of things to look forward to. Even the BLGS will be coming up pretty soon. Don't forget to mark your calendars. That's going to be starting October the 12th. This is the B Stream qualifier for ALGS, now called BLGS. For, you know, I'm pretty sure it's only for semi-pros, only for Challenger Circuit players. Going to be an interesting sight to see, to have this new addition for Apex Comp. Very excited for it as well. 4 qualifiers, it seems, are already announced for the end of this year, so make sure to mark your calendars and get involved. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below about some of the roster updates, roster changes, and LCQ updates. Which teams do you have coming out of each specific region? And a big congrats to Reignite and Meteor as well, specifically F-Chan and Shunmi. Those guys have just been around for so long. And until the next time, we'll see you all later, Gators.